Hello everyone. Have you ever tried turning on an old Samsung phone, hoping it was still alive, only to be greeted by a black screen? It's frustrating enough to make you want to throw it away. But wait, why not turn this piece of electronic junk into something incredibly useful instead? Even if it no longer powers on, the internal communication circuitry is still packed with valuable components. The first thing we need to do is remove the SIM tray. See that? The tray is completely empty. Now grab an old SIM card. Even one you stopped using years ago will work. Insert it into the tray and slide it back into the phone. Next, we need another powerful helper, an old Wi-Fi router. Use a screwdriver to remove all the screws from the bottom. Once the screws are removed, pry the cover open. Be gentle so you don't snap the plastic clips. Wow. Look at this. Here's the PCB board, the heart of our system. Before cleaning the circuit board, we'll need a small helper tool. Take an empty Coca-Cola can and use a marker to draw a circle around the bottom. Carefully use a utility knife to cut out the bottom section. Why aluminum? Because it holds liquids well and doesn't react chemically. Don't forget to sand the edges smooth so you won't cut your fingers. Safety first. Now for the secret weapon, WD-40 spray. I'll spray a moderate amount into the aluminum cup we just made. WD-40 is not only a lubricant, but also an excellent rust remover and circuit protector. Use a cotton swab, dip it lightly into the solution, and start cleaning the rotor board. Take a close look at the chip pins and copper contact points. Over time, dust and moisture tarnish the copper surface and interfere with signal transmission. When you gently wipe WD-40 onto the board, the circuitry becomes shiny again. It's like cleaning a dirty window so sunlight can flood into the house. Except here, we're opening the path for television signals to flow through the circuit. Prepare a coaxial antenna cable. First, thread the cable through the opening at the bottom of the router case so everything stays neat and secure after reassembly. Using a utility knife, carefully strip away the outer plastic layer. Then, gently pull the silver shielding mesh to one side. And twist it tightly into a wire. Next, remove the insulation around the copper core to expose the shiny copper conductor inside. Now it's time for the soldering iron. Pay attention here. The shielding mesh will be connected to one of the old signal transmission wires on the router board. Add a little solder, smoke rises, and sizzle. The connection is solid. Don't forget to wrap it with electrical tape for insulation. What about the main copper core wire? That gets connected to the other transmission wire on the router board. This becomes the highway carrying the video signal. Continue soldering. And wrap everything carefully with electrical tape. Done. Put the router cover back on. And tighten all the screws into their original positions. It looks like it was never opened at all. On the other end of the antenna cable, attach a right-angle F5 connector. A right-angle connector makes plugging the cable into a wall-mounted TV much easier. Wrap a little electrical tape around the connector so it won't loosen over time. You're probably wondering, so what role does the phone actually play? This is the most interesting part. I call it the Frankenstein combination. Prepare an old phone charging cable, micro USB or Type-C, depending on the device. Cut off one end and strip away the outer layer to expose the two wires inside. Use a lighter to gently heat and remove the plastic insulation. Next, take a section of old LAN cable, keep only two inner wires, and strip them the same way. Connect the two cable sections together. Make sure to match the wire colors or mark them clearly to avoid confusion. Use a soldering iron to reinforce the connection and make it truly permanent. Remember, this step is meant to transfer resonant signals from the phone to the router. Once soldered, wrap everything carefully with red electrical tape, so it's easy to identify. Plug one end into the phone and the other end, the RJ45 connector, into the LAN port on the back of the router. To secure this entire signal station, I'm going to build a small stand out of cardboard. Just a few simple cuts and some hot glue, and we've got a sturdy platform that lets the phone sit right on top of the router. The whole setup actually looks pretty professional now, doesn't it? Almost like a mini satellite station. Now it's time for the truth test. I'm bringing the entire setup into the living room. Plug the homemade antenna jack into the antenna/cable-in port. Place the device on the shelf. Now grab the remote. As you can see, my Sony TV currently says no signal, just a disappointing black screen. Go into System Settings, select Channel Setup, and start automatic digital channel scanning. Look at the progress bar on the screen. 0%, 10%. Wait a second. Do you see how many channels are being detected? 5 channels, 18 channels, and the number keeps increasing. The signal reception is incredibly sensitive. And here's the result. The TV screen appears perfectly sharp. Sports channels, movies, local stations. The picture quality is amazingly crisp, with vibrant colors and no ghosting or static at all. It's hard to believe all these channels are coming from a broken phone and an old discarded router. With just a little creativity, a little patience, and a few items that seemed like trash, we've saved money on buying an antenna while also helping the environment. Good luck with your own project. If you enjoyed this idea, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support more junk revival projects like this.